Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
What's up, everybody? I'm JT Magnum, and welcome to Niner News. Now, I want to talk some training camp. I want to talk a lot of things. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff real quick. I'm going to try to make it fast. I'm going to try to make it short. Let's get right into it. I want to talk about Kendall Hunter first. It's a really sad situation. Kind of a blessing for a couple other players, but Kendall Hunter was the speed guy, the shifty, powerful yet speed guy, hitting the edges and things like that. And it's a shame that he went down. He's such a great player, and it kind of sucks because he's in a contract year, and he was probably going to be taken. I mean, I'm going to be real honest. I don't think San Fran was going to be able to sign him back, and if they did, he might have been the featured back next season. But it looks like right now it's kind of a blessing also as well, because he's gonna heal up, but he's coming off an injury, so San Fran might be able to re-sign him now that Frank Gore. It seems like Frank Gore might be out the door next year, unless he's gonna take less money to play next year. We'll see what happens. But anyways, Kendall Hunter goes down. In comes Michael James. This is his chance to shine. This is his chance to show, that he can do all the things necessary for the 49ers to be that back, to be that guy to come in and spell, Carlos Hyde and Frank Gore, because it looks like it's going to be Carlos Hyde and Frank Gore right now. Carlos Hyde is impressed in camp so far. He's been his credentials with Ohio State. The guy can just ball. So, but Michael James, he's the speed guy now. He's the guy, the shifty guy. He's the Darren Sproles type of player. But he gets hurt. He actually dislocated his elbow. He'll be out for a month. So now that opens the door for Marcus Lattimore, who they say they're going to still bring him back slowly because he's still not 100% back from that knee injury. I don't know if you saw that knee injury that Marcus Lattimore took, but that was a gruesome leg injury, almost to the point of it looked like he'll never walk again. But he's a competitor. He's going to be practicing, but not playing just as of yet. They're just taking precautionary measures with him. Basically, they're saying, when he's really 100%, we'll put him on the field. But right now, he's not there yet. So that's the running back situation. Carlos Hyde and Frank Gore are battling out. But Frank Gore is probably going to win that starter spot. And Carlos Hyde's probably going to spell him a lot of carries this year, which is great because that keeps Frank Gore fresh throughout the season. And Carlos Hyde basically is another Frank Gore, just taller and bigger. So we'll see what happens with that. But moving on, Chris Culliver has been doing very, very well. He's also coming off an ACL injury. And Tremaine Brock and Chris Culliver, from what I hear, are looking excellent in coverage. So, and Jimmy Ward is coming along very nicely as well. So, and Antoine Bethea, you already know him. He's a playmaker. The guy's a phenomenal safety. So, it's looking like right now, like the defense might be even better than last year's defense, who I think finished at number 3 or something like that. But I mean, we all know the defense was really good last year, but the secondary was the question mark for the 49ers because Carlos Rogers and Terrell Brown wasn't doing that so well last year. Carlos Rogers especially, he was getting burned a lot, and it was pissing me off. So it looks like this year they're a little bit more athletic at corner. They're a little bit it just looks like they're a little bit more athletic at safety with Bethea. I mean, I know Dante Whitner's good, but it looks like Bethea's probably just slightly more of a playmaker than Whitner. Whitner was the one that just brought the pain. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm really liking the defense so far. It's good to see Crabtree, Stevie Johnson, and Bolden out there, along with the rookie Bruce Ellington. I hear Brandon Lloyd's doing really well. So that's 5 good receivers now compared to one last year for the 49ers that was doing good in Bolden because Crabtree was gone and all the, we had just not, Kyle Williams and just people that just were not doing well. So it's good to see good caliber receivers out there for the 49ers. A lot of weapons out there. Vernon Davis did report to camp. Alex Boone did not, so I'm not happy about that, but there are a lot of players on the 49ers. The 49ers are deep. This is a deep team, deep on the offensive line, deep, period. Adam Snyder is able to plug in that guard. There's people able to plug in. I know Alex Boone has some kind of leverage because he's better than a lot of them. He's one of the best guards in the game, but the Niners do not negotiate with people that don't report to camp. So it doesn't look good for Alex Boone when the 49ers can just plug in somebody else. So, I mean, hopefully it doesn't come down to like a trade thing or they get rid of him or something like that and have him go to another team because you don't want to see a player like Alex Boone go. But it's not a really smart thing to try to like, you know, hurt the team by not showing up for training camp because you want a new contract that you signed, you know. So hopefully that gets resolved. Hopefully he does report to camp, you know, because when they start fining him for not reporting, hopefully that works out. But moving on, Michael Wilhoite. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Hopefully I don't say it wrong, but I believe it's Wilhoite. It looks like he's so far the front runner at the linebacker position. Him and Patrick Willis have been gelling very well, and he replaced Bowman before, or replaced Willis before when Willis went down, and he did very well. So we'll see what happens with that. But the linebacker crew for the 49ers is just as deep as well. And I believe they can plug in a lot of players in that position and still do well, and still do well. And Wilhoite's one of those guys that he can tackle. The guy can tackle. He's a phenomenal linebacker. He's going to be playing Patrick Willis's position, while Willis is switching over to Bowman's Mike position. And Willis is pretty athletic, and he's a pretty good solid linebacker. We'll hope his hamstrings and his groin holds up, because he's had those in the past. And that's what's helped. You know, you could see him a couple times grimacing, covering tight ends. I believe he got beat by Seattle's Luke Wilson, I believe, on a deep route to the side one time because, you know, his hamstring basically. So we'll see what happens with Patrick Willis, but I think they should be able to do well even with Patrick Willis in that Mike position. So hopefully that goes well. And hopefully that's it. Colin Kaepernick is looking sharp in practice. I mean, he's got all these weapons now. He's probably, you know, every day he's probably just, you know, singing praises to the GM for the 49ers, Trent Baalke. And I don't blame him. He looks good. He looks sharp. And the Niners so far are looking good. All we ask for is they just remain healthy during training camp and hopefully start the season fresh and healthy and go from there. We'll see what happens. But I'll report to you as more things happen, more battles in training camp happen, and as the season goes along, preseason and everything, and we'll talk football. All right? So for Niner News and JT Magnum, I'm out. Peace, y'all.